and blooms. This next one is known worldwide and acts as a food source for the monarch butterflies. This is Roberta's 3-piece native butterfly, Asclepia live plant. $29.98, 5 easy payments of $6. Remember, everything free shipping and handling as part of our great big President's Day sale. This is so fantastic. Not only is this flower absolutely beautiful, but this can actually help bring the monarch butterflies into good standings once again. It's just so interesting that I can't think of any kind of species in my lifetime where it's actually been threatened that the littles in my life may or may not have the opportunity to see this.
What a sad world that would be.
It's so wild. Tell us more about the monarch butterfly stuff.
Absolutely. So for various reasons, whether that be, the chemicals we're using to grow some of our food, a lot of the construction, and we're taking over farmland, the native Asclepias, otherwise known as milkweed, has just kind of been decimated. There's no more for the monarch butterflies to find. So now, rather than, not providing them a food source, we can grow something in our garden that has been hybridized to be beautiful for us to enjoy, but it still is going to be that single and only food source for the monarch.
Wow.
And what I mean by that, Steve, is I like to pretend that the monarchs have these radar glasses.
Of course.
They're flying around the country, and when they find your plants in the garden, the mamas are going to come and they're going to lay eggs on the underside of the leaves. Once those eggs hatch into the caterpillars, they're going to start to eat the leaves. So the flowers are full of nectar for all of our pollinators. Even our monarchs are going to drink that nectar. But it is actually the leaves that are so important, and that provides the food for the caterpillars. And as we all know, once they're nice and full, they go into the chrysalis, and then they emerge into the monarch.
Okay. Well, this is just spectacular. And you're looking at 3 different colors on here because you are actually going to get 3 of these amazing little live plants in these 2.5-inch pots. You're getting orange, yellow, and pink. And I'm assuming what you guys have done in these containers is planted all 3 to give us that real confetti look.
Exactly. And I like to recommend, especially at this sale price, if you can afford to pick up a few collections, what we have here on set with us is 3 collections because they're all mixed together. The way I grow them at home is, I like to spend some time on my deck with a glass of wine at night, and I like to have these close by so that I can actually see the monarchs.
Of course.
My wife and I, we will go out and count the caterpillars. We once had 85 caterpillars on our plants.
Are you kidding me?
I'm dead serious.
Wow.
It was like the best moment of our lives. And we got to watch them every day get fatter, and then they turned into the monarchs. It was very cool. So if you can have a collection to enjoy yourself, do that.
Yes.
And then another collection kind of farther out in the yard that kind of just creates a little safe haven for them to go and have somewhere to eat and then go through their process.
So beautiful.
But what you're seeing here, this is a Cinderella pink. It's very beautiful. I should mention that these are native to North America. Traditional milkweed grows 7 feet tall, and it's kind of like a muddy lilac purple pink color. The monarchs don't really care how it looks, but for us, it's not very pretty.
I was going to say, that doesn't sound very pretty.
It's not very pretty. So we have hybridized the Asclepias to be beautiful in the garden. I mean, look at how vibrant and sort of like cotton candy that pink is.
I think what's special too about this specific bloom is that they're like little tiny bouquets.
And every single one is full of nectar, which is so cool. So whether it's the monarch going to feast from the nectar, or, I had swallowtails come to my yard for the swallowtails. They're huge. They're like 5 inches. I'd never seen one up close.
That's wild.
It's really fun. So if you have kids, imagine to be able to experience that with them. Or maybe build 2, ship 2 to where your grandchildren live across the country. Because this can take temperatures down to -30.
Oh my gosh.
It's probably one of the most winter hardy plants that we sell. So I like to say, Steve, every garden, every household, every apartment, assuming you have a balcony, should grow this and absolutely can grow it. So here you see the Apollo orange paired with some echinacea, all of your other pollinators. It's a true pollinator paradise. And by planting this, you are truly doing a good deed because you're helping save an endangered species.
I mean, give back to Mother Nature. What you're seeing here are these spectacular colors, these gorgeous pops of orange, yellow, and pink. You're going to see on the next slide right here when we show you what those look like. Imagine how that's going to look in your garden. Lots of people picking up more than one. $29.98 is our sale price. Free shipping and handling on everything as part of our great big President's Day sale that ends tonight. 5 easy payments of $6. What's wild, I'm watching this show on Apple TV called Silo.
I've
wonderful.
seen it.
Okay, it's
Yep.
so good. But they talk about the before time because it's
Yes.
futuristic, and they're like, yeah, before times they used to have circuses with things, and I was like, oh, that's wild. And then I knew this was coming up in the show, and I was like, wait a second. I don't ever want to tell my niece and nephew, well, in the before times, there were these butterflies that were orange and black. Like, what?
That's exactly right.
No way.
Yep.
We don't want to have that moment. And
No.
you said it so beautifully. Give back. Put these in your garden. First of all, they're spectacular
They're
and
gorgeous.
beautiful and bright and fun. But then to watch the butterflies come over and have that feast and perhaps, like, you know, have more butterflies just
Exactly.
over and over.
And it really is cool. Like, even this first year, we all know perennials take a few years to really get to their full potential.
Yeah.
But even the first year, they will find your plants.
So cool.
And don't be afraid. If we could actually run through those images, there's one of the actual caterpillar. I want to make sure everybody knows, like, when you see the caterpillar, leave it.
Let it be.
Sometimes we get afraid when we see bugs.
Right.
That is the whole point. We want to see those. Like I said, I counted 85 on my 6 plants. And then, you know, you could even bring them inside into a little, what do you call those, like, where you raise the caterpillars and you watch them inside the home?
Oh.
Not a terrarium, because that's more like with a plant, but
Right,
it'll come
right.
to me when I get off set,
Yes.
I'm sure. But anyway, you could do that with your kids, or maybe your kids could bring these with their science teacher, and they could do it as a
definitely.
science experiment. It really is so much fun to get kids involved and also to teach them, like, a very valuable lesson that without pollinators, we don't have food.
Yeah.
Without monarch butterflies, I can't even imagine a world without them. They are some of the most beautiful creatures we have.
Imagine, this is so beautiful, and you're going to be so happy when they start to flock, literally flock to your space because they remember and they come back.
Yep.
And I mean, if they're laying their eggs, they're making their families over here. Like, that is
That's right.
something so beautiful. Even you guys at your house love to watch and see, and that's what you can achieve here when you put this in your space. And I said this just a moment ago, but lots of people are still picking up more than one because you have these beautiful colors. You're getting 3 of these 2.5-inch pots with an orange, yellow, and pink for less than $30 and 5 easy payments of $6. So you can either plant them all together like you've seen here in the container, perhaps maybe you spread them out.
Yes.
Like, it's totally up to you.
That's
but
right.
we're going to see blooms this summer, right?
Absolutely right. And I just want to say thank you to those who are picking this up because this is, I think, the most important plant we ever bring to QVC. And for good reason. And we actually are starting to see the effects of those of us, the gardeners, who plant this. You know, it's still, the population of the monarch, unfortunately, has declined like 95%. But every year, scientists track their migration and they're able to count how many exist. And we are starting to slowly see the tick upwards.
Really?
And that's truly all thanks to you at home because we're planting them, we're enjoying them for ourselves, but we're also seriously helping save the monarch.
That is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I mean, I looked this up earlier today so we could talk about this openly and give you the moment up to date.
Yeah.
The monarch butterfly is officially threatened on the endangered species list, which is so wild to think. I mean, we all have seen a monarch butterfly, no matter how old we are, and we've all been just wowed by that beauty. Now you get to give back to Mother Nature and help with this fantastic species and put it back in good standings with the Roberta's 3-piece native butterfly Asclepia live plant. $29.98, 5 easy payments of $6. You're getting 3 different colors, orange, yellow, and pink, to create that beautiful garden and the feast and the safe place for the monarch butterfly. Oh my God, Steph, thanks so much for bringing this into us. So beautiful. All righty, well, we've got some Gerber daisies to talk about right now. You saw a little sneak peek with that elephant ear, and this is fantastic because this isn't just your regular daisy.